מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. Behold how good it is for our wonderful community here, present with us now physically, and those all around the world who are watching on simshalom.com. Behold how beautiful it is for us all to be together on such a day of respect, of contemplativeness, of humility. Let's all join together and welcome each other with Hine Matov. I want to hear you sing. Ready? 1, 2, 3, here we go. Hine. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, what a pleasure it is to be here with all of you. Welcome back to our 5th year here at the Bitter End on Bleecker Street in New York City. Those of you who are from New York know how much we love being here, but we love this place. For those of you who might not know me, but I think most of you are returnees, actually. There are some of you who are new, but most of you are back. My name is Rabbi Stephen Blaine, and I'm the rabbi of the Jewish Universalist Synagogue Sim Shalom. Many people are watching around the world right now. I'm also obviously the MC. I'm a vocalist, I'm the rabbi, I'm the narrator, I am Carol's husband. I am a dad, I am the grandfather to Stella. And I'm a singer-songwriter. I perform around Manhattan, and I'm a proud Upper West Sider, and the founder of Jewish Universalism, which is a new Jewish movement which embraces everyone. I'm also the dean of JSLI, which is the Jewish Spiritual Leaders Institute, and we train rabbis and cantors, multi-denominational rabbis and cantors, who serve communities around the world. There are now 150 rabbis and 4 cantors that are serving different communities all over the world. So welcome to Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. I don't know if you ever heard it said that way, but it's great to see so many of you who I've known for a long time. Some of you I've perhaps bar bat mitzvahed or married. See a couple right there, or soon will marry. We got a couple over there. Is Lara here? Hey there. Haven't seen Lara in years, but I'm going to be officiating for her and her fiance. That's beautiful. Great to see her. And the Kizzelsteins are here, Mark and Molly, right? I know we're getting married soon. So some of you, unfortunately, have also sadly helped when the end has come, and you've needed my help. And we want to acknowledge Paul Wolsk, who is a beloved member of our community, who passed away. So as I said, this is our 5th year, and as I tell you every year, this bitter end, the way it is, the way that it looks, the way that it feels, the way that it sounds, the way that it smells, is just amazing. You can't get this anywhere else. It's a beautiful expression of tradition, and it's a holy place because so many amazing artists from that are the core to our being sat at that piano, just like Jack does right now. Okay, so there's a great history to connect to, and frankly, that's what we are all doing today. I mean, yes, we're observing Yom Kippur in our own ways and doing some of us, most of us maybe, are fasting. Many of us perhaps are not wearing leather or not wearing scented things, because today we're supposed to strip away all that stuff. Today we're just supposed to be raw and exposed, and it's supposed to be cathartic, and I hope some of you experience it that way. Our host here is a gentleman by the name of Paul Rizzo. I don't know where he is, but there he is. Give Paul a hand. We love Paul. He allows us to come back, and not only that, I think he likes it, so it's really good. So much of the music you're about to hear, again, is a lot of it is folk melodies, but a lot of it is also based on music that's thousands of years old. I mean motifs, fragments, melodic fragments that have been developed over millennia and that have been sang in Ashkenazi synagogues for thousands of years. And what we've done here is we've taken some of those, I'll mention it to you, what we call them Sinai melodies, melodies that are so old that we believe that they literally had their origin at Mount Sinai. That's literally. So again, so some of these fragments have been developed into larger pieces, and some of the pieces that we play for you today are the realizations of those pieces. All right? I want you to know that the booklets that we've handed out, you have them. There are some prayers on them. I know text might be a little small for some of you, or might be a little dark, but hang in there with us. I've included the basics, the things that I think are the most important pieces that you can join with us as community. Some things you don't need to look at the books for, because they're very simple. I want to now introduce our band to you. We got to my left, we have the amazing Lizzie Taub, aka Violizzie, on the violins. She honors us with a 5-string violin and a 4-string violin. You count that up, you get 9. 9 times 2 is 18. It's chai. There you go. Thank you very much. And to her right is on the tenor saxophone and baritone, even better. That's lower. That's why it's so big. And on the flute we have Carol Sudhalter. Been with us for many years. Amazing. Back of me is my buddy Kevin Haley, amazing bass player, and give him a hand too. So I have to even introduce, and you all know him. It's Frank Levitino. We call him Lefkowitz today. Okay, Frank Lefkowitz today. And the illustrative and multi-fingered Jack Glotman on the piano. Also, we have at the conclusion of our service, we're going to have a Tekiah Gadola, and that's going to be blown by Evan Kremen, who is in our community today, and his lovely wife. And Evan will also be joining us today. He's going to be doing some singing. Those of you that weren't here last week, where do you hear Evan sing? He's brilliant. And of course, we have our guest sermonizer today, Pastor Robert Brashear. I know he's here, lurking somewhere. Where is he? There he is. All right, let's have it here. Okay. So Yom Kippur is known. This is just some facts I want to share with you, and then we dig in. It's the Day of Atonement. Yes, it's the holiest day of the year in our tradition, in Judaism. Its central themes are those of atonement, being sorry, and then repentance, doing something to mitigate the things that you've done. And Jewish people traditionally observe this day for approximately 25, 26 hours. Those of you who started your fast last night, you started at about 6:09, and it's over today officially, I mean, if you're traditional, at 7:09. So you should know that. Officially, it's over. I just briefly want to share with you my memories of when I grew up as a kid in Jersey City, and we all walked to the synagogue. It was about a mile, called Ohav Shalom, Lovers of Peace, translated. It was one of these old brick synagogues that was built at the turn of the century, and the men sat upstairs. Some of you might remember, the women sat upstairs, right? The women sat upstairs, and they were all constantly, there was a din of sound up there, and all the guys were downstairs, and if a woman wanted to come downstairs, she basically peeked at the door, or if she cracked the door in the back, the guy, what is that? It was, these are my roots, okay? Some of you might share that. Also, the people were fasting. There was no messing around. And the women upstairs, they all brought smelling salts because some of them would pass out. And in those days, they didn't call 911. They just say, here, give me the salts, I'll wake her up. That's literally the way our experience of Yom Kippur in those days. This is the 10th day of the month of Tishrei, which began on Rosh Hashanah. In this month, we're also going to have the holiday of Sukkot coming up shortly, and then just in a few days. And at the end of Sukkot, we have Shemini Atzeret, the 8th day of rejoicing. On that day, we say Yizkor again. We're going to say Yizkor today. And then we have Simchat Torah, which is always good for the kids, where we complete the Torah cycle and we start all over again. All right? So here's the bottom line. According to our tradition, God inscribes each person's life for the coming year into the book of life. Evan's going to sing about that later. And on Rosh Hashanah. And today, the verdict is supposedly sealed. And the only way you can make up to keep yourselves alive for another year is to, God willing, to be sorry. And not only that, but to do good deeds and to make amends with people you might have wronged. So without further ado, again, Shana Tova, Gemar Tov, which means be inscribed well, be written in that book well, yes, to all of you. And everybody sing passionately, okay? This is your last shot. So here we go. We're gonna continue with a song based on one of the Psalms. Open the gates of righteousness. They open the gates, again the metaphor, the book, the gates, open the gates of righteousness, and I will give thanks to the Lord. It's called Pitku Li. Kuli Share Tzedek Avovam Hodeya Kuli Mark, come on up. Come on up, yeah. So while Mark's making his way up here, regarding Kol Nidre, which we're going to do right now, Kol Nidre literally means all my vows. You got to keep up? See this young guy? Get married soon. I've compiled this information for you all because I find it fascinating, and some of you might not know this. When we look to understand Kol Nidre, to really understand it, we need to look to the Talmud, because the Talmud, of course, is some of, as maybe you all know, is the central text in our tradition. It's the exploration of things that are explained to us, that are stated in the Torah. And in order for us to understand these things that are stated in the Torah, the rabbis, the great sages of the Common Era through 400 or 500, explored all of this, and we have voluminous information and commentary and discussion about how to interpret these things. Well, one of these chapters in the Talmud is literally called Nederim. Nederim means vows. And you see, in antiquity, in our tradition, the concept of a human making a vow to God was a big deal. And if you made a vow, you said, I swear, I'm gonna, and you didn't do it, that was bad. So the rabbis have explored in a whole section of the Talmud, Nederim and vows. And that one issue was the idea of vows you make to God and you don't keep. The other is what you make to Mark. You say, I swear I'm going to do this, and then you don't do it. What's going to happen? What should, that's a bad thing. So we again, and this speaks to the concept of words. We've got to be careful when we say stuff. So the Kol Nidre was developed to release people from vows so that they shouldn't pay the ultimate price. And this language is ancient, and it predates the idea of the Inquisition. You understand, many people make an association. Kol Nidre, well, during the Inquisition, they were forced to convert to Catholicism, or they would be killed. So the Kol Nidre was written, all my vows that I made, don't worry about it. But the truth is, it goes back much further, and it has a much deeper import in our tradition. So with that being said, we're now going to continue with the Kol Nidre. We know that it was in existence somewhere between 600 and 1000 Common Era, which is at least 500 years before the Inquisition. You see? All right, so the translation is all of the vows and the oaths that we take, all promises and obligations that we made to God between this Yom Kippur and the next one that we are making. It used actually, the original language said what we made between us and God for last year. And the concept that a Jew would say such a formula to release them from a promise that they made last year was used by anti-Semites to kill us, because they say Jews were untrustworthy. They've got this thing, this Kol Nidre. They don't have to do anything. They don't have to honor their commitments. So the rabbis, in their wisdom, adjusted and said, look, things we do from now till next year, all right, to try and save some of us. So all the vows that we take, all promises and obligations we make to God between this Yom Kippur and the next one, we hereby publicly retract in the event that we should forget them, and we hereby declare our intention to be absolved of them. So Mark is going to now take the Torah out, right over there, and hold the Torah. There you go. Right shoulder, arms. Come on over next to him. We're going to begin with the Kol Nidre. Yom Kippurim zeh ad Yom Kippurim haba aleinu letova kol hon ikhrana vehon kol hon yehon sharan V'telin v'vutalin l'shiririn v'l'kayamin nidrana Sarana la yasarei Shavuata la We got some kind of a short here. Hello, there we go. Okay. All right, now we're going to move ahead with the Baruch Hu. The Baruch. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. Let's give Mark a hand. All right. Now we got the mic on. That was interesting without the mic. By the way, I think you all heard me, right? Did you all hear me sing? Well, in the old days, you used to sing without a microphone, and you had to fill up the space. So it's good to know I can still do that. All right, the Baruch Hu, the official call to worship. don't need it, but it's in your books. It's very easy. I'm gonna do I'll do the first, you can follow me. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Now you're supposed to say Baruch. Repeat, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach. More little HaMevorach Le'olam La'ed. Not bad. Second part. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam La'ed. Let's go again. Everybody light it. Yai. Praise be the Lord to whom our praise is due. Praise be the Lord to whom our praise is due, now and forever. We now continue with the Shema Yisrael, which is the core of our faith. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. Oh, let me play guitar on this one. I like it. Shema Yisrael for the band. Let's join together. Let's read the English. After we say the Shema, you look at number 5. Read with me. In the English. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God, Adonai Elohechem Emet. I am the Lord your God, who is truth. Now we come to the Chatzi Kaddish. You can join with me, but I'm not singing the melody you might know. This is the high holiday melody for the Chatzi Kaddish. But the words are in front of you if you'd like to sort of say them as I go through them. This is an ancient melody, the Chatzi Kaddish, and you'll only hear this melody on the high holidays. In fact, only in the morning. Salicha, the Saturday before Rosh Hashanah also, but only in the morning services. In the very morning, in the more traditional services, when they have a musaf, you'll also hear it there too. So we sing it a lot, the Chatzi Kaddish. Yitgada, v'yitgadash Shemei V'alma divra chirutei v'amlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayech b'chol beit Yisrael. V'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudsha barichu. Everybody say barichu. Makes it official. La'ela u'le'ela mikol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran ve'alma ve'imaru. Say amen. When we hear the Chatzi Kaddish, it means something else is coming, the next part of the service. And this introduces the Amidah, literally the standing prayer, also known as Shemona Esrei, 18 benedictions, also known as Avot v'Imahot, the fathers and the matriarchs and the patriarchs. We have multiple names for this, but we're going to call it Avot, and this is a Misinai melody. So here we go. I've got you guys are all soloing, and then I'm coming. to sing the words. There was something extraordinary about just those sounds. They were just so beautiful. Let's have a hand for the band. But I will sing the words anyway. You know, the tradition also, I can't do it, it's hard to sing it that way, but when you say Baruch, you're supposed to bend at the knees. And you say Atah, down like this. A little further on Adonai, and then up. It's a tradition. It's as if you're standing before God. That's why we do these bows and these things. Anyway, here we go. Baruch Atah Beautiful piece. Beautiful. Thank you. Great band. I'd like to call upon my buddy, my friend Evan Kremen. Come on up. And in the course of the Amidah, there's a lot of liturgy in the Amidah. One of the pieces is Mechal Keil Chaim. And the translation of this piece is, he sustains the living with loving, he being God, he or she, sustains the living with loving kindness and with great compassion, revives the dead. Again, I've spoken about the concept of resurrection. In Jewish tradition, it's there. We believe in that. He supports the fallen, heals the sick, sets the captives free, and it concludes with, who is like you, compassionate Father, who remembers his creatures in compassion for life. L'chal keil chayim. He's not bad, huh? We're going to continue with Shema Kolenu. I don't believe this is in your books, but hear our voice, Lord our God. Shema, hear Kolenu, our voice. Spare us, pity us, accept our prayer in your gracious love. Let's go back to the top. Everybody. Shema, Shema. Oleinu. Shema, Shema. Oleinu. Shema, Shema. Oleinu. Shema, Shema. Koleinu, Shema, 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 Koleinu, Be. Thank you. Here's for the band. And now we're going to continue with a song that we just introduced on Rosh Hashanah to you by Leonard Cohen. It's been very popular in synagogues for decades. The Who by Fire, and it's Leonard Cohen's expression of the Unatana Tokef, in which we explore the concept of how will we go? What are the ways that we can possibly go? But in Leonard Cohen's style, he says, who by fire, who by this, who by that, but then he concludes each paragraph by saying, and who should I say is calling? So he's got this relationship with God that's very interesting, and it's an honor to do this song for you all.
By fire, who by water, who in the sunshine, who in the nighttime, who by high ordeal, who by common trial, who in the merry month of May, who by very slow decay, and who shall I say is calling? And who in her lonely slip, who by barbiture, who in these realms of love, who by something blunt, who by avalanche, who by powder, who for his greed, who for his hunger, and who shall I say is calling? by his lady's command, by his own hand, in mortal chains, in power, and who shall I say is oh, and who by fire, who by water, in the sunshine, in the nighttime, by high or deep, by common dry, who in the very month of May, who by very slow decay, and who shall I say is calling? Let it go on, ladies and gentlemen. And now we come to the Kaddish Shalom, which is, whoop, no we don't. I'm sorry. I just ended the service. I know some of you might like that. But now we're going to do the traditional Rosh Hashanah, which the band likes to rock on. So let's do it. Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah Yikatevun, Uv'yom Kippur Yechatemu. Who will leave this world? Who will be born into it? Rosh Hashanah Yikatevun, Uv'yom Kippur Yechatemu. Rosh Hashanah Yikatevun, Uv'yom Kippur Yechatemu. Yom Kippur Yechatemu, Rosh Hashanah Yikatemu, Yom Kippur Yechatemu. Mi ba'esh, mi ba'mayim, mi ba'cherem, mi ba'chaya, mi ba'ra'al, mi ba'sama, mi ba'ra'ash, mi Take it, man!
Everybody sing with me. You can do it. Rosh Hashanah Yikatenu Uvayom Tzom Kippur Yikatenu 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 Uvayom Tzom Kippur Yikatenu. Feeling it? You feeling it? All right. All right. Cheers for the band. Thank you very much. We're almost at Yizkor, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get there, though, we have the Aleinu. And so we're going to continue with the Aleinu, which is this is the prayer some of you might remember in the synagogue where the rabbi and the cantor would actually lay themselves down on the ground and prone to the ground and then be helped up. But like I've said before, the helpers are really not any help at all. Trust me. They don't usually have two of the officers of the synagogue that stand there and then, oh, can I help you? And you always say, no, well, you can't help. But this melody is also a Mi Sinai tune, one of those melodies that's ancient. So, ready? One. Oh, give me a pitch. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna be on it together. Oh no, you do it. Go, sorry. Go ahead. Aleinu Shabeya Ladon Hakol Latin Gidula Shenatan lanu Torah emet b'chayim olam natan b'tochayim. Thank you. May we all be inscribed in the book of life for peace, for blessing, and for our happy lives. And now I'd like to call on Evan to come on up and lead us in B'Sefer Chayim.
ספר חיים ברכה ושלום ופרנוס הטובה ניסחר וניקטר לפניך אנחנו וכל עמך בישראל לחיים טובים לחיים טובים ושלום ספר חיים ברכה ושלום ופרנוס הטובה ניזכר וניקטר לפניך אנחנו וכל עמך בישראל לחיים טובים לחיים טובים ושלום לחיים טובים
Everybody say לחיים טובים.
ושלום לחיים טובים לחיים טובים
All right, so now we're going to come to this this portion that we love. Everyone can stay up here with us. First of all, again, I want to welcome you here to our Yom Kippur services back at the Bitter End. And as I mentioned earlier, also that Judaism is very concerned with speech, with words that we say. The rabbis were very aware. They use a story of someone who comes to a rabbi and says, you know what, I said something bad to someone. What do I do about it? I'm paraphrasing, and the rabbi says, all right, I want you to go take a pillow, cut the pillow, and let the feathers run forth and drop to the ground. And that's the kind of damage. How are you going to? You can't get those feathers back. You can't put them back in the pillow. So again, words are very important, and that brings us to the Ashamnu that we are all about to recite. Talmud tells us that the tongue is an instrument so dangerous that it must be kept hidden from view behind two protective walls, mouth and teeth. Is that okay? And that's pretty good metaphor, you know. And I have to verify with a dentist, though. Is that true? That word? Okay, all right. Just making sure. And we can't repair these. When I work with couples, you know, I'm not going to tell them what I say because then I'll give it away, and the ones I'm not marrying, they'll know what I'm going to say. So once again, it's time for us this year, right now, to ask forgiveness for things we've said, for things that we've done to hurt people, for people that we love. So I'd like you to all please rise, okay? Now we have this melody that we're going to sing. It's right. Lie, 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 lie. So it's an interesting melody. I don't really understand where it came from. Unfortunately, and it's not even PC to say this, I think it's Three Blind Mice. Three blind, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know where the Jews got this melody from. But that's the melody that we use. And when we say these things that we've done, and I've greatly reduced the amount of bad things, okay? So in a traditional synagogue, you're there for pages, and there's so many horrible things that you've never done. These things maybe you might have done. So I'll say the thing, and then we'll sing the lie, lie, lie. I'll say a couple things, then we'll lie, 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 and you'll touch your hearts. All right? I don't know about you, but when I used to go to synagogue, my synagogue when I was a kid, the guys were like, aye, aye, aye. Yeah. You don't have to do that. It's okay. We gotta understand. Just a gentle tap. All right. So get ready. So I'll say a few, then we'll lie, and then we'll Asham Nu. All right. Ready. For the sin of anger against those who challenge me. Okay, give a touch. Oh, yeah. For the sin of belittling those I don't understand. For the sin of criticizing without caring. Let's lie, lie. Lie, 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 and I'll sing Hebrew. Ashamnu, Bagadnu, Gazalnu, Dibarnu Dofi. Hey! Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. I'll do more Hebrew. These are horrible, trust me. Hevinu, Vehirshanu, Zadnu, Amasnu, Tafalnu, Shaker, and ay 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 ay. Now, for the sin of saying it doesn't matter, for the sin of kindness too often withheld, for the sin of harboring resentment. Lie, lie. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Come some bad ones. Yatsnu ra, Kizavnu, Latsnu, Maradnu, Nisadnu, Sararnu, Avinu, Ashad. They're really not that bad. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Ashamnu, Asham. Forgive us. Ashamnu, Ashamnu. For these sins, O God of forgiveness, forgive us, pardon us, and grant us atonement. And now I'd like to ask you all to turn to the person next to you. You might love that person. You might not even know that person. It's okay. We're all in the same space. And right now we're all connected. We're all one. So I'd like you to turn to that person and say to them, you're going to say, forgive me. You're going to say, first you say, Salicha. And then say, please forgive me. All right, don't kiss him yet. And now, offer your forgiveness and say, Salakti. Say now, I forgive you. Now give him a hug. Give him a hug. And a kiss if you want. Before we end, I don't want to leave you on a downer, because guess what? We've all done good things. Even the worst one here, I don't know who it is. We've done good things. Like we've loved. We have blessed. We've grown. We've all grown this past year. We've spoken positively. We've found things to speak positively about. We've shown compassion. We've acted enthusiastically. We've been empathetic. And we've been cultivating truth. So in that spirit, one more time. One more time. Congratulations, you're cleansed, you can leave now. No, you can't, don't go. Don't go. We got more to go. Let's sing the Oseh Shalom while you're up, because we're going to take out the Torah, all right? You with me? You do it.
עושה שלום ממומן, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ויעקב ישראל, ימינו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ויעקב ישראל. 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 יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ויעקב ישראל.
Wow. I love that little closet right here. Stay up. Now, if any of you have to sit because you need to, it's okay. But otherwise, stand up because we're going to take out the Torah. I'd like to call up, thought I'd do something interesting here. Amali, come on up. Let's get, is Kate here? Kate and Jose? Kate, come on up. Forget about Jose. I don't care about it. Let me see. Melissa, come on up. Lara, come on up. Lara, come on up. Miriam, come on up. Come on up. Yeah, you. Come on up. Come on up. Hello, darling. Come on up. Come over here. Come closer. What you don't have to be afraid. This is great. Look at you. I have to give you a kiss. I haven't seen you so long. I give you a kiss. All right. These are Brock. These are another one. Come over here, Miriam. Miriam is the one that's married the longest. These are my brides. I mean, they're married or they're going to be married. So we're going to take out the Torah. Evan, you want to take out the Torah? Okay, we're going to open the ark. Very good. Take the Torah. Good. All right. Hold the Torah. Come over here with me. Miriam, get close to everybody. Good. We're going to join together for the Shema. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonai I thought I'd say that to save you the problem. So we're gonna. Evan is gonna lead the procession, and all these beautiful ladies are gonna join them. Please just wish them a good Yantiv, a Shana Tova. Don't kiss them unless it's okay with them. And they're gonna just walk around, and then we're gonna read the Torah, and then we have Yizkor and a message from Pastor Bashir, and we begin to wrap up. Okay? So just so you know, time is good. Don't be in a hurry. You can wait a while to eat, okay? All right. So, Torah. Ed. Torah. You lead. Follow. Torah, for the Torah reading. Hey, listen, I just felt I had a terrible feeling. Did I leave out any brides here that I married? What? Where? Come over here. Why didn't you tell me? Come up here now, please. Oh, it's been a while. A year. How lucky am I, huh? This is amazing. This is amazing. Apologies. Thank you. So we're now going to read from the Torah. So where's the Torah? Oh yeah. All right. So we're going to open the Torah. All right. Let's spread it out for everybody to see. I thought we'd learn a little Torah today. Give it this message. It's so sweet. Here. Don't get to hold the Torah. You're the head there. Very good. Very good. All right. So, you know, in Simchat Torah, we do this. We open up in many synagogues. I've told this story. I happen to be in the synagogues where the older guys were so concerned. You can't open a Torah like that. What if it, you get prints on there? So we can never do it. That was in several synagogues. Today, everybody does it, But there you are. So join with me as we read from the Torah. You have it in your books, right? Yom Kippur Torah reading. We're going to do the blessings together. It's in your booklet. All right. Yep, I got it. Yeah, there's a sheet inside that gives you the Torah reading. All right. Right. Let's do the blessing before in your books. Ready? 1, 2. Remember your bar mitzvah and your bat mitzvah. Lara? All right. Baruch hu et Adonai Hamorah. Baruch Adonai Baruch Adonai Borach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai Noten ha'torah. All right, here we go. Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe lemor. La'asor lachodesh hasheni hazeh Yom Kippurim hu mikra kodesh yeh lachem anitem et nafshotechem v'hikravtem mishel Adonai v'chol malacha lo ta'asu v'yetzem hayom hazeh ki Yom Kippurim hu l'chaper aleihem Lifnei Adonai Elohechem. Keep going. V'chol nefesh asher lo teneh ve'etzem hayom hazeh v'nifratam me'ameha v'chol nefesh asher aseh kol malacha ve'etzem hayom hazeh v'ha'avadti et hanefesh hahu mikerev Ama. No mistakes, right? Right. All right. Blessing after. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan. Very good. Let's read the English. This is why we have Yom Kippur. This is from the Torah. Now, what we do about Yom Kippur, that fell to the sages of the Talmud. Because if you just read this, what do you know? You don't know how to do anything. It took the rabbis to figure it out. And we're still figuring it out, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's do the English. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Mark the 10th day of the 7th month of the Day of Atonement. It shall be a sacred occasion for you. You shall practice self-denial, and you shall bring an offering by fire to the Lord. You shall do no work throughout the day, for it is a day of atonement. on which expiation is made on your behalf before the Lord your God. Indeed, any person who does not practice self-denial throughout that day shall be cut off from his kin. And whoever does any work throughout the day, I will cause that person to perish from among his people. So as you can tell, this is serious stuff, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So now we're going to. We're going to put the Torah away. I'm going to ask you. You can all. Well, let's just close the Torah, and then you can be seated. 1 second. Okay, we're going to wrap it up. Very good. Very good. You can go that way. Go both ways. Good. Okay, we got that. We got this. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, before you be seated, let's have a hand for the amazing brides. Thank you, ladies. You can all sit down. Thank you so much. You did good. You did good. Yes. Thank you. All right. I just want to. Many of you are here again, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I'm just going to run through the names. I'll try not to take too long, but I want to acknowledge everyone. I also want to tell you that today we had a waiting list of probably around 50 people. So it's wonderful. We're going to send out an email right after this and say, ladies and gentlemen, next time when we announce, my wife is amazing. She announces it. And then, what dribbles in here and there. All of a sudden, the day before, we have a waiting list of 50 people. So when we send out the email, please buy your tickets, because we want to accommodate as many of you as we can. And we're very grateful to you. So, Raphael Avigdor, where are you? Not here. Okay. Last week. Well, I have the right list, so it's not. Pam Byrne. Pam Byrne. Let's hear from Pam Byrne. Where is she? Where? Oh, you got the bleachers. Thank you for coming back. Pamela Burns. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you for coming. Carol Blaine. Oh, I used that joke. You're here, right? Scott Buckley. Thank you, Scott. Coming. Harvey Bush. Right here. All right, Harvey. Thank you. And Graham Cohen. Hi, Graham. Good to see you again. Doris Kramer. Doris. Marilyn Diamond. Back again, huh? Love it. Diane Diamondstein. Do you like Stein or Steen? It's Bernstein. I do this. I know. I'm just saying. Steen. Okay. Shelley Drotman. Shelley. Thank you. Is this you're back, right? Yeah. You're back. Magda DeVere. I know that name. Magda. I don't know where she is. Neil Eisman. There he is, right there. It's hard to see with the light. Thank you. Thank you for coming back. Kathy Elkies. Two of you, I love it. Gonna have a bar mitzvah soon. He is, I'm not kidding. Julia Ivanchuk. Where? I got it right? Thank God. Jared Feldman. Jared? Oh, you're with him. I love it. All right. Sybil Fishman. Thank you, Sybil, coming back. And the table and the 3 tickets. I love that. Susan Gelber. Sue! How you doing? Mary Genkins. Mary, where are you, Maryla? She's not here. Oh, boy, she's always big. Stephen Greenberg. And Kim is with you? Is Kim? No? There's another Greenberg here. I want you. Kim, where's Kim? You two should get together. Greenbergs. Lara Herman. What's your fiance's name? I forgot already.
Corey.
Corey?
And his mom's here.
What's your mom's name? Wait, Sue. Okay. Are you being nice to her? Huh?
Never.
Okay. Wrong answer, but well, I'll talk to you about that. Samantha Hertz. Danielle Isaacs. Samantha, was that you back there? There you go. Now we have Nancy Kaufman. Hi, Nancy. Thank you for coming back. Oh, this is great. Mark and Molly was up here, and Mark was up here. We gave them enough honors. We're done with them. And the whole Kieselstein family, and then we got that. We got Gregory, and Boris. Is Boris here? Yeah. All right. Good. And Isaac. Is Isaac here too? Isaac, how you doing? I helped. I married. All right, I'll tell you later. Lenora Cohen. Back there. Okay, bleachers. Gotcha. Herbert Kozlov. Herb. Excellent, thank you. Kenneth Kramer. Hey, Ken. All right. Are the Landows here? Nate? Where's Nat? Where are you? I can't see with the light. Like I'm right here. Why can't you see me? It's great to see you. Hold on here. Alan Lash. Faithful. They've been coming back all the time. And of course, Kate and Jose are back there. I know. Thank you for coming. Great to see you. Terry Levine. Where? Bleachers, gotcha. How are those? They're not that bad, are they? Those seats? Okay. All right. Mindy Lewis. Okay. All right, Mindela. Gotcha. Ellen Lifson. Ellen, thank you. Tracy Markowitz. Present. You get a gold star. Yes, indeed. Diana Morse. Thank you. Thank you. We should have gold stars. They don't even do that. Do they do that? What do they do in school? You get your iPad out and you get a, I don't know. What happened? Alyssa Moses. Thank you, Alyssa. Thank you very much. Marcy and another Melissa. They're here. She's still married. You'll be grateful to know. Just married about not that long. Kara Peskin. Kara Peskin.
Thank you.
There you are. Andrew Puzzle. You know what puzzle it means? Where is he? Where are you? Has anyone told? I mean, I'm just telling. I don't. Do you pronounce it puzzle? Puzzle. All right. In Hebrew, puzzle is if the Torah scroll is a little bit. If one of the letters is scraped off, it's considered puzzle. You can't read from it. It's interesting. Okay. I'm sure. I don't know how that relates to your name. I'm just saying. Terry Powers. Terry, how are you? All right. Kim Pressman. Where? Oh, they're not here?
Put up there in the corner, right here.
Oh, I'm sorry. The lights again. I actually blame it all on Frank. Catherine Raman. You know, ramen is a very popular dish, right? All right. Casey Repas. Is Casey here? No? Okay. Louis Rabinovich. Very lovely Jewish name. Rabinovich. It's got it all going on. Cindy Ronson. Hey, Cindy. How are you? Leslie Rothenberg. Leslie, thank you. Lauren Schramm.
Hi.
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 Dylan Scheinberg. No. Randy Sherman.
And my husband, Stephen Levine.
And your husband, Stephen Levine. God bless you both. Thank you so much. Randy and Stephen. Susan Silver. You're amazing. Thank you. And the Silverstein. You like you're Steens, not Steins. Steen. Why is it Steen, not Stein? You know, I don't get it. All right. And Anne, and the lovely Anne. Paul Schlesinger. Thank you, Paul. You got premium seats. We're going to mark them up next year. Albert Small. The Smalls. Thank you, Smalls. All small family. Thank you very much. Actually not, they got a lot of seats. Mindy Squayo, who are amazing, amazing. Where are they? There they are. Thank you, God bless you. Elizabeth Stoner. All right. Thank you very much, great to see you. Miriam and Alan, they were up here. And Mom. Okay, got you. Rabbi Neil Valens is here. If anyone needs a dentist, I recommend him highly. He's right here. You can talk to him after the service. Thank you. Emma Winder. Hi. You're new. How are we doing so far?
Great.
Thank you. She's got the right answer. Okay. Mara Winkler. Mara? Probably not Mara, it's Mara.
It is Laura.
It's Mara.
Yeah.
That's what I said. But I know someone as Mara. See, you know, as a rabbi, you're in trouble no matter what you do, because you're never going to get everything right. Deborah Winchell. Primo. Thank you. But I love having you there. Thank you. And Richard Zakin. Thank you, Richard. Thank you. And David Marcus. God bless you all. Thank you, David. Thank you all for coming and for joining us today. It's really a great honor for me and for the band and for Carol to host you, and for Paul at the Bitter End to host you here. We're very humbled that we're so successful. It's a great blessing, and hopefully we add something to your observance of this sacred day. A woman on a train. It's only a couple, all right? Just a woman on a train walked up to a man across the table. "Excuse me," she said. "Excuse me, but are you Jewish?" "No," replied the man. A few minutes later, the woman returned. She said, "Excuse me, are you sure you're not Jewish?" She said, "I'm sure," said the man. But the woman was not convinced. And a few minutes later, she approached him a third time. She said, "Are you absolutely sure you're not Jewish?" she asked. He said, all right. You win. I'm Jewish." "That's funny," said the woman. "You don't look Jewish." I thought that was cute. You got to tell with the accent, though. Yeah, a Jewish man lies on his deathbed, surrounded by his children. "Ah," he says, "I can smell your mother's brisket. How I would love to taste that brisket one last time before I meet my maker." So one of his sons hurries down to the kitchen, but he returns empty-handed. "Sorry, Papa. She says it's for the Shiva." That could be one of the best, right? It would be just my luck, right? All right. You can say this one with me. The president of the congregation went to visit a rabbi in the hospital who had just suffered a mild heart attack. He says, "Rabbi, the board just voted 12-8 to wish you a speedy recovery." I just have to. You understand?
It's an annual. It's good.
It's good. It's an annual, and having served in brick and mortar congregations, there's nothing more true than that too. Among the most wonderful things in life are our friendships. I mentioned last week how wonderful it is when the band and I get together. You know, we eat together, we rehearse, and then we come together for these performances. These are my friends, you know. And I think that's reflected in the way we all play together. And it really is there's a lot of heart, and we know each other now. It's something about that. Well, true friends also come to hear you perform gigs all around New York City. True friends invite you into their homes to decorate the Christmas tree. True friends deliver sermons when you're too lazy to come up with something to say on Yom Kippur. So I'm very pleased to welcome my good friend, Pastor Robert Bashir, who will be offering his inspirational message for us on Yom Kippur. I want to tell you about the pastor. First of all, he's a great songwriter, really is, and we play together often. He was the spiritual leader for many years of the West Park Presbyterian Center on the corner of 86th and Amsterdam until he retired. It was a year now? A year, 2 years?
2 years.
2 years. And since then, he's a sub. He goes out and he offers sermons at different churches in the metropolitan community. And he also does wonderful work. He goes to Chile. He goes to Germany. You were just back from Nicaragua, right? It's all over the place. I go on Instagram. I'm in Nicaragua. I'm doing this, and he teaches and he meditates and he mediates conflict. Maybe he meditates, but he mediates conflict. And he lives up in Harlem, where we do gigs together, like I said. And if any of you have any gigs for us, we will totally be there. In fact, hire the band. We're down for that. And sometimes he's also online with me for Sim Shalom. He sings with me. He's an amazing guy, and I love him. So it's my great pleasure to welcome Pastor Robert Bashir.
Those jokes are a tough act to follow. So this is Yom Kippur 5780. Your days have all but done. And I hope this has been a good time for you, a time for reflection, of getting your life into perspective, of taking the opportunity to start anew. Even as arbitrary and constructed as a new year is, even in a religion, let me just say it's always good to take a chance for a fresh start or a do-over. And in the days we're living in now, I'm always happy to say, let's start again, let's do over. The goal here today is to feel ourselves at one. And one with God, and once you say that, it would seem to include each other as well. And I'm happy everything is done today that's helped to bring that out and make that clear. And as we're learning, we need to be at one with creation. We haven't talked about that a whole lot today, but as we talk about being at one, it's a whole world that we need to be concerned about now. At one-ment. It also has a sense of atonement, as in atoning, as in confessing and paying for your sins, which means confessing, which is an owning up to, a facing of, a facing to, and of asking for forgiveness, as we ritually did a few minutes ago. As a Christian pastor, I felt I had a lot to learn from my Jewish brothers and sisters about the practice of forgiveness. As one who is in need of forgiveness, the Jewish tradition teaches that you can't ask God to forgive what was done to a human. You've got to seek that from that person. And also, you can never forgive what wasn't done to you. One of the most sacred practices for Christians is the sharing of communion, of bread and wine, is a moment of being at one with God and with each other. And we used to have a rule that if you had anything against another person, or someone had something against you, you had to leave the altar and not come back until you'd resolved it. It ran through my mind, what if we tried that here? Like if on Rosh Hashanah, Rabbi Blaine said, during these next 8 days, if you've got something you need to repair with someone, one way or another, go deal with it, and don't come back next week if you haven't finished it yet. So, we think about that a minute. What would it be like if you said, if you got to go take care of something before we finish the service, go do it, we'll wait here for you. That's not going to happen. Okay. The other part of forgiveness is when you have something against someone else. And it's an important thing to remember that forgiveness is something we ultimately do for ourselves. It's a letting go, to stop letting someone who has hurt you define who you are by your hurt. To move beyond seeing yourself as a victim. As a friend of mine once said, forgiveness is giving up for all time the hope for a better past. You're not going to go back and change that. Now notice, I'm not talking about reconciliation. Forgiveness is not letting bygones be bygones, it's letting go. About letting you live more freely. It does nothing to make the relationship with the other person better. That takes the process of naming and claiming, listening and working through, then slowly rebuilding. A friend of mine once said, there's no reconciliation without reconstruction, rebuilding a relationship, and that takes work. But I want to shift here for a moment and talk about one of my favorite biblical characters, Jonah. Rabbi Steve tells me he's traditionally on the agenda for Yom Kippur in the afternoon, and I wondered why. And of course, Jonah's a prophet. There's something really unique about him, and it's not the whale. He is, as far as I can tell, the only biblical prophet who was sent to another country. In Heschel's classic book about the prophets, he says that always a prophet comes from a people to speak to that people and motivated by, above everything else, love. God didn't ask Jonah to speak to his own people, regardless of how much they might have needed it. Jonah was told to go to Nineveh, one of the enemies of the people of Israel, and to really let them have it. And Jonah's like, no, I want nothing to do with those Gentile pagan enemies of my people. So he tries to run away. You know what happens next? He gets out of the whale or big fish or whatever, and God gives him a second chance, and off to Nineveh he goes. And see if I get this right, Steve. The word of the Lord came to Jonah, Shenit, the second time. That tells us that God is a God of Shenits, of renewed opportunities. Remember that phrase, renewed opportunities. What you're walking out of here today is with renewed opportunities. That's beautiful. It's good, isn't it? I've needed more than a few Shenits and even a few Shlishits myself. Second and third times, and on occasion, even beyond that. So just maybe sometimes we ought to be willing to give others a second chance too. So with his second chance, away he goes. Jonah preaches. Whoa, they actually listen. And Jonah's like, no way. What's the point of being a prophet if the bad guys get to get away with it? God's got to give them a lesson. So God finally teaches Jonah when he complains about a little broom tree that died. God says, if you care so much about the broom tree, what about these people? What am I saying and why am I bringing Jonah up? Well, sometimes we need second chances, and sometimes we need to offer second chances to others. And it's going to get a little heavier here. I believe that in the days ahead, in the days in which we're living, God's going to call us to our own Ninevehs, to talk to people we don't necessarily want to talk to, and accept the fact that they might even change their mind, and we'd have to not be able to dislike them anymore. I had a friend that used to complain about something that someone did that really bothered them. I said, why don't you tell them about it? He said, because if I did, they might stop it, then I couldn't not like them anymore. Think about that as a possibility. That we're going to have to talk to people we don't necessarily want to talk to, give a few second chances, and be prepared that someone might actually change. I really think if we're going to get through the moment in time we're in right now, it's going to take something like that Jonah journey. Anyways, think about it this afternoon while you're fasting. May your fast go well and easy, and Lashana Tova.
Wow. It takes a pastor to deliver a good Jewish sermon, doesn't it? Stay with me. We're gonna do the Yizkor now, and you can help. So we're going to continue with the Yizkor. It's a tradition for us that younger people who have not experienced loss at this time in the service, people would say to their younger, you can go out and shouldn't be in here. I guess it was a feeling that maybe it was an ayin hara. You didn't want to give it an evil eye. You didn't want to open the door possibility that something bad could befall these kids. So you didn't want them while you were offering your remembrance prayers. But I don't know. I think it's very poignant, and we can all share. We've all lost something, someone that we love. Again, I'll mention Paul Wolsk, who's a member of our community. Died. It's very sad. So I would like to. We're going to continue with the Yizkor prayer. What are you doing? You want to hold the Torah for us? Sure. All right. Everybody stand up. So you have your sheets in front of you. As we all know, the Yizkor, which we're now about to recite, is a special memorial prayer for the departed. It means remember. And it's not only the first word of that prayer, but it's the overall theme. We recite the Yizkor prayer 4 times a year. Today, on Shemini Atzeret, which is actually the 7th day of Sukkot. Those of you that want to say Yizkor again, you can go to the synagogue on the 7th day, all conservative and more traditional, and perhaps some reform, if you can find them. You can say Yizkor then. And we also do it on Passover, on the last day of Passover, and on the 2nd day of Shavuot. So there are 4 times we have this service throughout the year. Why is it done 4 times? To give people, again, this is cathartic, to remember, to feel this rawness. So in this prayer, we're going to implore God to remember the souls of our relatives and friends that have passed on. So Pastor and I are going to alternate in the rising, and you all say, when we do each sentence, you will say, we remember them. Okay? So I'll go first, and then you go second. All right. In the rising of the sun. Oh, now here we go. In the rising of the sun and in its going down.
In the blowing of the wind and the chill of the winter.
In the opening buds and in the rebirth of spring.
In the blueness of the sky and the warmth of summer.
We remember. In the rustling of leaves and in the beauty of autumn.
In the beginning of the year and when it ends.
We remember. When we are weary and in need of strength.
When we were lost and sick at heart.
We remember them. When we have joys and we yearn to share.
So long as we live, they too shall live, for they are now a part of us as we remember them.
As we remember them. Please join with us as we read Psalm 23. Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He causes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still water. He restores my soul. He guides me in right paths for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you will say the Yizkor prayer to yourselves and insert the names of those you want to remember. May God remember forever all those people I've just thought about, I've just named, who have gone to their eternal rest. May they be at one with the one who is life eternal. May the beauty of their lives shine forevermore. And may my life always bring honor to their memory. I'm now going to chant the traditional prayer of mourning, the El Malei Rachamim. That's not on your sheets. El Malei Rachamim,
שוכן במרומים המצא מנוחה נכונה תחת כנפי השכינה עם קדושים וטהורים כזוהר הרקיע מזהירים לנשמת יקירינו שהלכו לעולמם בעל הרחמים יסתירם בסתר כנפיו לעולמים ויצרור החיים את נשמתם אדוני הוא נחלתם וינוחו בשלום על משכבם God, full of compassion, you dwell in the heights and in the depths. Grant true rest under your sheltering wings of your presence to our loved ones who have entered eternity. Let them find refuge forever in the shadow of your wings. And let their souls be bound up in the bond of eternal life. For you, the everlasting God, are their inheritance. May they rest in peace. And we say, please join with me as we continue with the mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal, Yitgadash, Shemei Rabba, Ve'alma Divra Pirute, Ve'amlich Malchute, V'chayechon, U'v'yomechon, U'v'chaye Dechol Beit Yisrael, Va'agala U'vizman Kariv V'imru. Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabba Mavorach Li'alam U'lamei Almaya. Yitvorach V'yishtabach V'yitha'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yithadar V'yit'aleh V'yithalal Shemei V'kudsha B'richu Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tushbechata V'nechemata Da'miran V'alma V'imru. Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru. Amen. Oseh Shalom V'imrama U'yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru. Amen. Amen. Now remain standing. It's kind of a hymn that I wrote a few years ago, and Pastor and I would like to share it with you. It's a firefly in the forest. It's a lightning strike on the sea. It's an ember
sundown on the horizon. It's moon glow at your feet. It's starlight up in heaven. It's in you and it's in me. When the darkness hangs around day and night, night and day, there's a spark just waiting for you to help you find a way. It's a candle in a desert. It's a twinkle your soul can see. There's a land forever burn. It's in you. It's in me. Oh, it's sundown on the horizon. It's moon glow at your feet. It's starlight up in heaven. It's in you and it's in me. When the darkness hangs around day and night, night and day, there's a spark just waiting for you to help you find a way. It's a candle in a desert. It's a twinkle your soul can see. There's a lamp forever burning. It's in you and it's in me. It's in you. It's in me. It's in you. It's in me. There's a spark you can see. It's in you. It's in me. God bless you. God bless you, brother. God bless all of you.
All right, you can be seated as we're going to begin to conclude. We're going to do a blessing for those who are ill at this point. So we're so there are a number of people I want to mention. There's Alexis and Zen, Bobby, Snorri, and Alexander Krantz, who are ill. And so I'm just going to walk around and I'll look at you, just say their names. I won't be able to repeat them because I can't hear them half the time. But I'm just going to look around and the band is going to play. And I'd like you to acknowledge anyone who's ill and you'd like them to have a healing. It can't hurt. All of our energy might indeed help. I've actually heard from people that just hearing their names helps. So, Misha Bera. help us find courage, make our lives a blessing, and let us sing Amen. We send our healing blessings to all those people. May they all be blessed with refuah shalema, complete healing, a merciful healing. Let's join together and say Amen. All right, we're at the conclusion of our service, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to acknowledge, of course, everybody. Again, I want to acknowledge this band. Let's have a hand for the band. Liz Powell, Viola Lizzie on the violin, 5 and 4 strings, baritone horn and flute, Carol Sunhalter. Very large bass, Kevin Haley. Multiple round things that have sound, Frank Levitino, Lefkowitz. Historic keyboard with magic fingers, Jack Blotton. I'll just, before we do Avinu Malkeinu and conclude, and then what we're going to have to get your shofar. Get it ready? You need one. I just want to say for you all that remember that this is not all that we do. I have a synagogue, believe it or not. People say, "What synagogue are you with?" I said, "Sim Shalom." "Where is that synagogue?" "It's online." What? But I started 10 years ago. Before now, everybody streams. Central Synagogue, they're all streaming, But nobody streams the way that we do. I engage with my people. Our services are 1 hour long. I have pastor, I have people, I have guests, and we have a lovely hour of worship. And I usually set it up by just doing fun songs that I love, my songs. It's wonderful. My favorite service of my life, honestly. It's the best service, except for these, of course. And so we do that also, and we have a website, and we have all kinds of stuff. We have an overhead, and this year, these services is how we fundraise. So thank you for buying tickets, and if you want to send us more money, we're very grateful. we're available for your money. Okay. I want to, and services are offered online every night, Monday through Friday, at 7 p.m. Unless one of the rabbis gets sick and can't make it. But simshalom.com. We're also on Facebook, SimShalom1, believe it or not. All right, and I want to thank my wife, Carol. Everybody give my wife, Carol. She's the one, if you call and we're sold out, and she says, "Can we have a ticket?" No! No. She's amazing. She organizes all. I can't do this. I could do these guys, maybe, but I can't do all the other stuff. So thank you, dear. And that's the story. So help us spread the word. That we're here and that we do this wonderful work, and we feel very fulfilled and humble again that you share in our journey. One more hand for Paul Rizzo. He's the man. I love it. All right. So now we're going to sing Avinu Malkeinu. Why don't you stand for Avinu Malkeinu? And Evan, get that shofar ready. Avinu Malkeinu, Banenu Banenu. Avinu Malkeinu, Banenu Banenu, V'yein banu masi. Aseh imanu, Zedai
בחסד עשה עמנו צדקה בחסד והושיענו. Take it back. Here we go. Avinu Malkeinu, Aleinu Vaneinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Aleinu Vaneinu. Yeh banu masi. Aseh imanu, tzedakah v'chesed. Aseh imanu, tzedakah v'chesed ve'hoshienu. Let's bring it down. Let me hear them. Here we go. 2, 3. Ready, sing. Avinu I'll save you now. I say imanu, tzedakah v'chesed. I say imanu, tzedakah v'chesed ve'hoshienu. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu. Keep playing, guys. On this day, give us strength. On this day, bless us. On this day, help us grow. On this day, be mindful of us. On this day, inscribe us for a good life. On this day, support us with your just strength. Avinu Malkeinu, Aleinu Vaneinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Aleinu Vaneinu. Ki ein banu masim. Aseh imanu, tzedakah v'chesed. Aseh imanu, tzedakah v'chesed ve'hoshienu. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu. Evan, Chaz the Chazan, it's got to come. Wait, before we do that, Hayom, Hayom, Hayom. 1, 2, 3. Hayom, Hayom, Hayom. Hayom, Hayom, Hayom. Hayom, Hayom, Hayom. Hayom, 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 Matzeinu. Amen. Umpa. Hayom, Hayom, Hayom. Hayom, Hayom, Hayom. Hayom, Hayom, Hayom. Hayom, Hayom Tivarachenu. We're going to a polka after this. Hayom, Hayom, Hayom. Hayom, Hayom, Hayom. Hayom, Hayom, Hayom. Hayom, Hayom Tivarachenu. Amen. Amen. You did it. All right, we're going to give Evan a shot at blowing the shofar. Wait, but when he's done, I'm going to run over there, and before any of you get out, and just wish you a Shana Tova. And we have to get a group picture, so I don't know how we're going to do that. Maybe you can work it over there. All right. So we're going to do that.
What else? Pastor, you're welcome to join me at the front. Say goodbye to everybody. So everybody's going to call out. You're going to call out. You're going to do Tekiah. We're going to do the 4. And Tekiah Gadol. Right. So
No Shivar intro?
yeah, you're going to do. No, I'm not going to do that. No. So everybody say Tekiah.
Tekiah.
Shivari. Teruah. Tekiah Gadolah. God bless you all. Have a wonderful fast, wonderful year. See you next year. See you next year.
Probably like 60% of it. It's probably 65% of it.
What's the beauty of
שתשתנה, את כל התיקונים אתה פותח בו, ומבפנים ניצוץ האור, מכל קצוות תבל, כולנו ישראל, עכשיו אנחנו כאן לרבנו נתפלל. מפריז בניו יורק, באים לאומן, מספרד ממוסקבה, באים לאומן, כולם ביחד חזק להתפלל. אומן ישראל, מפריז בניו יורק, באים לאומן, מספרד ממוסקבה, באים לאומן, כל בנות בעולם באים להתפלל. אומן ישראל. כבר הגעת לאומן השנה, עשה דקה, כל דייגה, כי רבי נחמן יתקן כל נשמה, גם שלי וגם שלך, מכל עצמות הלב, כולנו ישראל, עכשיו אנחנו כאן לרבנו נתחבר. מפריז מניו יורק, באים לאומן, מספרד ממוסקבה, באים לאומן, כולם ביחד חזק להתפלל. אומן ישראל. מפריז מניו יורק, באים לאומן, מספרד ממוסקבה, באים לאומן, כל בנות בעולם באים להתפלל. אומן ישראל. אלך ילידי, סלע בעלמא תתעלם. אלך עמדה ליבי, סלע בעלמא תתעלם. אלך עמדה ועמדה ליבי, סלע בעלמא תתעלם. אלך עמדה ועמדה ליבי, סלע בעלמא תתעלם. מפריז מניו יורק, באים לאומן, מספרד ממוסקבה, באים לאומן, כולם ביחד חזק להתפלל. אומן ישראל. מפריז מניו יורק, באים לאומן, מספרד ממוסקבה, באים לאומן, כולם ביחד חזק להתפלל. אומן ישראל. So we got to combine, one body, one heart intertwine. Shine through, shine your light. The heavens open up when your eyes shut. Every step you make is tough, 'cause you guide us. Friendship circle, we eagles, we fighters. 'Cause it's our love for God that ignites us. Every person in this world is a gem. To love your brother, no need to condemn. Your mercy, kindness, not judgment. In this world, so much trouble and greed. Go for yourself on a constant feed. Take all your money, then watch your bleed. See, one man's prison is the next man's free. Done. Now they got you all on the run for some. Space to breathe, we need trees for oxygen. No more folks brain dead from the TV sitcom. Come, stakes is high. All you do is try to take. Feel like yourself, never one mistake. Give back to the world, that's the only way. Redemption coming like a runaway train. Every single person in this world is a gem. Got to love your brother, no need to condemn. Only mercy, kindness, not judgment. Light up the room like a fire. Cut you off from there. It's like your only desire is to answer. Ever closer to God. Jewish spirit in